Did we just watch the most dominant Super Bowl performance from a defense ever? All right, before I get too deep in the video, I want to say a couple of things. If you enjoy the NFL or just sports in general, go ahead and leave a like on this video. You know what I'm saying? I got some good analysts and or analysis of the game yesterday and everything, and I've been doing stuff like this all season, and I will continue to do it throughout the offseason. I know it's going to be slow, but we still got stuff. So if you enjoy stuff like that, leave a like on the video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. But that's all I got. Let's get right into the video. All right, so you see it. Last night, the Seattle Seahawks became your official 2026 Super Bowl champions. You know what I'm saying? They really had a pretty dominant performance versus the Patriots last night. Honestly, like, the game itself was, to be real with you, the game itself really wasn't all that entertaining. I was at a Super Bowl party. I had threw one, and I really wasn't even paying attention to the game that much into detail, but I was able to tell, like, a couple of things were very obvious. Like, Drake May and the Patriots offense was outmatched across the board. And I can't really say I'm that surprised. This Patriots team, throughout the season, there was a couple of things that I already knew. Some very valid criticisms. The offense really wasn't as strong, and that they were getting by on having a pretty good defense and just not playing that strong of a schedule. Like, going into the postseason, one of my biggest things about the Patriots was, they have not played a very strong schedule. Even in the playoffs, they have not played a very strong schedule. The Seahawks are undoubtedly the best team that they have faced, and it showed last night. If this Patriots team plays, and I don't want to say if, like, all these different types of things, but I mean, some things are true. If this Patriots team plays the Broncos and they have a Bo Nix, or any team, and this isn't discredit them, but just any team with like that was kind of way more competitive than what they face, this game probably doesn't look like that. Now, the Patriots, I mean, you don't just get to the Super Bowl by just like cruising. Like, this Patriots, by just, you can't get to the Super Bowl and be bad. The Patriots obviously were a pretty good team and a talented team, very well coached, all different types of things. But I mean, you look at their schedule, they didn't really have a whole lot of competition on it. That's something we knew. You go through what their word in the playoffs was, same thing, same exact thing. So when we get to the Super Bowl and we're like, oh snap, the Seahawks win, we shouldn't really be that surprised, especially when the Seahawks had the best defense in the NFL this year. Oh my goodness, the best defense in the NFL this year. It really wasn't even that close. Like, I think they were the best defense in the NFL, like, statistically this year, and it was just very obvious, right? But going back to my point about Drake May and the Patriots, like, Drake May himself, and I don't want to discredit him because he had a really good season, but I mean, Jesus Christ, one of the worst statistical playoff runs of any quarterback this century, and this shouldn't be surprised. Like, this should not be something that's surprising. Like, when we saw the Patriots play in any of their games, were you looking at any of their games and saying the reason they won was because Drake May just performed out of this world? No. It was pretty evident, like, the defense was carrying, and then the offense was able to capitalize off some of the mistakes that the opposing teams that they would face would make. And last night, I mean, Jesus Christ, them boys was in hell. I mean, look at this right here. We got some film. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all like the film. We have some film from some of the passing reps by Will Campbell. And don't just look at Will Campbell. Just look at this entire offensive line and what they were going through last night. Will Campbell, bro, let's count. 1, 2, right there already in the pocket. He had to get it out quick. And one thing about it, look at this. 1, 2, already someone in his face. Already in his face. He got 3 defenders. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is a better pocket. This is one of the better pockets that he had all night. 1, 2. My goodness, you already got guys all the way flying around. 1, 2. Mind you, it's only 4 guys rushing. And look at the way his guard is just getting completely mauled. Now, some of this is on Drake May. That was a bad pass right there. There were times throughout the game where I think it was pretty evident that Drake May was holding on to the ball for way too long. He was kind of indecisive, trying to get the ball out quick. His decision making wasn't all the way in the right place. But, bro, when you got your offensive line over here not even giving you your full 3 seconds, 1, Two, I mean, Jesus Christ, he was getting hit all night. The Seahawks defense was very physical. This dude is trying, bro. Look, this dude is getting double teamed. I think that's Jerron Reed. He's getting double teamed. He is absolutely crushing this double team right here. They don't stand a singular chance versus him. Like you can just see in every rep. The offensive line has moments where they held up, and then this is a moment where, like, bro, you have a clean pocket, Drake. Like, what are you doing? Right? Yeah, you have a clean pocket. What are you doing? You know, you kind of just run into, like, probably the worst possible area to run into. But overall, you can just see, like, this defensive line was tearing this New England Patriots offensive line up. And it made Drake May, a second-year quarterback, do a lot of things that you would expect a young quarterback to do. He was very frantic, very indecisive. He wasn't really making the typical plays that we saw him make throughout the season. But this offensive line, my goodness. And it really wasn't even all the way on Drake. I'm going to be real with you because the receivers weren't able to get open either. It wasn't a whole lot of separation. There were a lot of times where, like, Drake is standing back there and there's nobody open. But then you have times like that where he's overthrowing passes because I'll be real with you. The Patriots could have won this game. There were moments in this game. Was it dominant by Seattle? Yes. But for majority of the game, Seattle was just kicking field goals to go up. But this was a winnable game for New England. Like, they had plenty of chances in where it's like, okay, boom. You know, we held them to a field goal. We just got to go down and score. Okay, we held them to a field goal again. We just got to go down and score. Okay, we held them to a field goal again. We just got to go. It was a lot of times like that throughout the game where it's like, yo, you held these guys to a field goal. All you have to do is just go down and score. But instead of scoring, you got stuff like this happening. You got stuff where, you know what I'm saying, Seattle's only sending 4, and he's stepping up in the pocket. He's trying to deliver a pass. What type of pass is that? You know, Seattle's only sending 4. You already got his whole little shebang is already messed up. He's covered before it's even 3 seconds. They're running all these stunts. You know, Drake May isn't delivering the best passes. And it was just really like, I remember this. This was like, look at the way this pressure just was set up. Look at the way this pressure was set up right here. This isn't the play I wanted, but hey, good pass, Drake. Look at the way this pressure is set up on this upcoming play. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys in the box, right? If you're Drake May, you know, like I said, he's frantic, he's rushing. I don't really feel like he fully read and processed this. He kind of just trying to snap it. But then again, I don't see really much of before pre-play action, right? So I'm not going to jump to conclusions. But I think it's clear at this point that look at his leverage. Look at his leverage. One of these guys is coming. Now, we know it ends up being him, but one of these guys is coming. Like, Ernest Jones is up. You know what I'm saying? Look like he's ready. These guys are clearly coming off the edge. Down. Say, hey. And as you see, Ernest Jones, this guard, he immediately slides to take him. It looks like they were deciding to, like, slide left and leave this tackle out here on the island. And maybe Ramondre Stevenson was supposed to pick up Ernest Jones. Regardless, they slide left. This dude goes right here. The guard leaves Ramondre Stevenson on the island. Then you have an extra nickel come, and I think that's Emmanuel Warney. Never mind, bro. Never mind. Let's just say number 21. This is number 21. He's coming off as well. So now, guard on the left, Ramondre Stevenson to deal with 2 guys. And Drake May doesn't stand a chance because, yes, Ramondre took Ernest Jones. True, because he came late. And because he showed late, Drake May didn't stand a chance. He tries to throw it, might be trying to throw it away, and instead, the tackle was left on the island. Lets it go right to him. And you can just see the Seattle defense, bro. Like, just look at the way they're rushing this offensive line. I just honestly think this Patriots team is clear, like, they just were not good enough. The offense, at least, was not a Super Bowl caliber level defense, man. Like, just plain old not. They weren't ready to deal with this type of physicality, this type of tenacity, these types of things in a team like the Seattle Seahawks. It was just very evident that was the case. And the sad thing is, this right here. No QB who lost the Super Bowl in their second year has ever returned to the Super Bowl, right? And when you look at things like this, in a world where even guys like Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers played in a singular Super Bowl, which they both won, you have to treat every Super Bowl like it's your only shot. Matt Ryan never got back. Cam Newton never got back. I'm still sick about that to this day. Colin Kaepernick never got back. Donovan McNabb. Burrow hasn't been back. And then you have a time like this where Drake made literally like shit the bed. He absolutely shit the bed. Had one of the worst postseason runs from a quarterback in NFL history. But if we talking about the defense, hey, listen, man. Christian Gonzalez is up for an extension in the offseason. He's extension eligible. He had a phenomenal Super Bowl performance, bro. There was one time where he literally like stretched all the way out to to deflect the pass or something like that. He was amazing all game long. And I think if you're the Patriots, blank check. We knew coming out of Oregon that Christian Gonzalez had this type of potential, and he's just maximizing it. He was one of my guys coming out of Oregon, and he is maximizing it. You have to give this guy the blank check. This is a guy you do not want to leave the building, because if this dude leaves the building, oh, Pats fans, y'all are going to be sick to your stomach. Y'all are going to be sick to y'all stomach, bro. I promise you, you do not want Christian Gonzalez to leave. Now, when it comes to the other side of the ball, or the other side, the team that actually won, Seattle Seahawks, man. First of all, you have to commend Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, I don't think any of us would have expected for Sam Darnold to be the first quarterback in this 2018 quarterback draft class to win the Super Bowl. With guys like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson have Sam Darnold's been on multiple teams. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson have been on Super Bowl contending level teams for years. And Sam Darnold was the first one to be able to get a Super Bowl out of all of them. And he played pretty goddamn well to do it. Now, in this game specifically, Sam Darnold didn't really play the best. I think he had a couple of mistakes. There were some times like early on in the game where I was just looking at Sam and I was like, and especially in that first half. Like, I think that's a big reason why Seattle struggled. Like, Sam Darnold just was not playing very well at all. Like, he just wasn't. But in the second half, he was able to play pretty well, and he was able to calm the storm and lead the Seattle Seahawks to a Super Bowl. And you have to commend him for that. And, of course, you have to commend Kenneth Walker III. Like, what a game he had, right, on the ground. Because in a time where that Seattle offense was honestly struggling to move the ball through the air, give it to Kenneth Walker. He'll pop off for a couple of yards, a big gain, momentum shift. That Patriots defense literally could not do anything with them, bro. You have to commend that offense to Kenneth Walker, because especially when you consider that JSN had went out at one point in the game, but you really wouldn't have been able to tell because Kenneth Walker was freaking balling. And then of course you have to give some props to John Schneider. I mean, bro, it's something to build an organization for multiple years, and in two different eras of the team, you were able to give them a Super Bowl. And how do you do it? Great scouting, phenomenal drafting, great talent recognition, and consistency. Having a tried and true way, a way of how to win a Super Bowl, and a way of knowing how to be a successful organization and just running your organization well, which is something like a lot of people, fans of teams want. And as a person who just got a competent organization, a fan of a team that just got a competent organization, I am jealous of stuff like this, because boy, is it a rarity, man. And I have to commend John Schneider for what he did, bro. And Seattle as a whole, bro, it's really not much I could say that really isn't already understood. Y'all saw how great the defense was. Y'all saw how well the offense played. Y'all saw what made the Seattle Seahawks, and why, for a lot of the season, especially post beating the Rams on Thursday Night Football, they were the championship favorites. You see it right now, and you saw that's how they won last night. But, yeah, man, that's all I got. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video on Super Bowl breakdown. We're going to come out with some more videos in the offseason, man. You just, got to see what comes out. But I have some other sports content on my page, so go ahead and check it out. But that's all I got for now. Until next time, peace.